Yes, it is. Out for a walk.
Why would you do that?
Because it's my legal right.
You got a permit to carry?
Yes, sir, I do.
That's it.
Yeah. What are you carrying on you there, man?
AK-47.
Okay.
And H&K USP.
Okay. Where are you coming from?
Here.
So you're just walking around like this?
Yes, sir.
Well, it might be your legal right to do that, but you're just taking us off the street because we got to stop and figure out what you're doing.
No, you don't. There's no crime being committed.
We don't know that.
We don't know
You
that.
do now because I got a permit.
Right, we do now, but
Yes, sir.
but we're going to have to check you every time you do that.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I mean, it's just not normal behavior for somebody to be walking around town with an AK-47.
we are all for, you know, gun rights too.
Absolutely.
But this is not the way to do it.
No.
I mean, you do it if you want, but
we're going to stop and confused because people are going to be either anti-gun or pro-gun no matter what we do. It seems like, and it's been going on for 2 decades now, and it doesn't seem
been going on longer than that.
We're on your side.
Yeah.
But you put us in kind of a spot.
Yeah, you really do.
Because people call us and they flood us with calls like, hey, there's somebody walking down the street with a gun.
We don't know what your intent is. I mean, it's not normal. This is. I mean, it's not like we got a military war going on in Lamar. You know what I'm saying?
You're telling us that you're not going to do anything. That's great.
But we don't know that.
But we don't know that, and neither does anybody else.
Well, now you do, since we.
No, we still don't know that.
Because tomorrow you do the same thing, we're going to get 10 more calls.
Exactly. I mean, what's the purpose of carrying around the AK-47? Are you loaded?
Well, I don't see what purpose is vehicle is unloaded.
So let me. What is your purpose for walking around town with an AK-47?
Exercise my right.
That's
okay.
It's reasons. All kidding aside, I am pro-gun. I love carrying guns. I love weapons. But it's incidents like this that put the fear of God, you know, that are going to take away the gun rights that we have because you're walking around Lamar's
people are going to get sick of it. And they're going to say no more. They don't want the Wild West.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can still carry guns, but
cover it up, man. I don't walk around like that. I don't walk around like that.
Do what you want, but I'm just telling you, it ain't, sooner or later it's just going to harm all of us.
Exactly.
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so, but I'm telling you.
I see a lot of people doing this all over the nation, not just in Iowa.
You know what?
Just go ahead and run it.
And I'm just going to tell you, your permit to carry is a privilege. It's not your God-given right in the state of Iowa. I will be forwarding this to the sheriff that you're walking around. He may just decide, you know what, we can't just
have that right anymore.
Yes, he does. He does have that right to take it away from you.
For what reason?
For walking
exercising
around.
my rights? That doesn't make sense.
We don't know what your state of mind is, man.
You do. I just told you.
No, that's what you're telling me.
Now.
I don't know that. I'm just telling you, man.
It ain't right. I mean, I carry a gun when I'm off duty too, but I don't do it to the point where I'm going to generate 400 calls for the officer that I'm dealing with. They got better things to do than be calling on me and asking me if I got a permit. See what I'm saying?
You can inform them that it's legal.
Huh?
You can just inform them that it's legal.
Who?
The people who call and say, hey, this is okay. He has
we don't
a permit.
know it's legal. We don't know who you are.
You just checked me out, sir. You're checking me out right now.
But tomorrow we don't know if it's you.
You do. When you drive by, you'll see me.
Well, we still have to respond to the calls.
No, sir. If there's no law being broken, you do not have to respond to the calls.
You don't have a clue.
Yes, sir, I do. Because I've been reading up on the whole thing. I wouldn't do this if I didn't.
You don't have a clue on what it causes. You know, I'm all for Second Amendment rights. I live for the Second Amendment. But I'm telling you, as a law enforcement officer, that all you're doing is you're going to run down that right to the point where people are going to say, don't do it. We don't want it anymore.
You know, there's only 7 states left that don't allow open carry, and there's 2 of them that are debating to bring back open carry. So I don't believe it's going away, sir. When you go to a gun rally, all you're going to see is people with AK-47 and AR-15s.
And I don't have a problem.
That was in Des Moines, Iowa, which is much larger than that.
I don't have a problem with it.
Thank you.
Otherwise, you know, we're just doing our job.
I understand.
We have to check.
I understand that.
But when we do that, it ties up our resources every time. So we'll leave it at that. Obviously, we're not gonna agree on that issue anyway.
Yep. Well, I'm just going to suggest, you know.
I already told him.
You know. I mean,
do you think it's wise to tie up our resources doing this?
I told you, man, you do not have to stop me.
Yeah,
no law being broken.
We do. Every time we get a call, we have to. If we don't,
we have to look into it.
And somebody gets killed.
You have to investigate, I understand, but once you see me, you say, okay, we checked that guy out. Why should
we even have to do that?
Yeah.
You know, besides that, if somebody wanted to, what do you think you're going to do? I mean, is this just a demonstration?
Yeah.
Or are you actually thinking that you're going to stop some crime?
Not necessarily that. I'm
You're
just
not
letting
gonna
people
stop
know
me.
that they still have rights to carry guns.
Okay, that's what it is.
Doesn't mean I'm out to hurt anybody.
Because I was going to say, no, I'm just saying, you're not going to stop anything by
I'm
what
not
you're
looking
doing.
to cause a fight with anybody.
I know, I'm just saying you're not going to stop anything from it. Because what's going to happen is somebody's going to shoot you, and you're going to be laying dead because you're out walking around with guns.
How often does that happen? I don't ever hear about
it. It will.
Well, we're just telling you, man.
It may not happen here because we understand. Okay.
People don't just walk around town, any town in the country.
Yes, they do. You should go on YouTube. There's thousands of videos of people doing this.
Walking around the
Yes,
downtown.
sir, there is.
Downtown.
Down in Des Moines. Down in Des Moines.
With AK-47.
And the AR-15s.
Okay. Well, you got his information.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're on your side, but
Thank you.
you're not making our job any easier, okay?
No, you're not.
So just keep that in mind, okay? All right.